Hello, world. Welcome to the Faceless Creatives. I'm your host, the Faceless Coder. This is episode 2 of the channel. We are continuing the last video and we are going to run another spec-driven initiative in the background. In the last video, I'll link it in the description. We ran this tool called all-dai-skills that runs with Dataspheres AI. It has a number of skills, but one is all-dai-sdd. You basically give it a prompt or a series of prompts, and what does it produce? It produces a plan mode with a dashboard tracker. Here's all the prompts. There's a traceability graph. After it does all this research, like your code base, maybe the public internet, it starts to lean into a lean canvas type of model of what's the problem statement and who's your customer. The value proposition starts to spec out the solution, your desired outcome, some success metrics and user journeys. Then it starts to spec out these epics and all the tasks for that epic. And then each task has its own validation criteria. And then the artifact is where we're tracking the actual code that was generated or the test results and things like that. So the other video kind of goes into depth around that, but I'll still link all-dai-skills and get some background on it. The thing it was specking out was this group chat initiative where on any given page, a dedicated chat for that page so that when things evolve, the chat can evolve and so can the page as you're collecting information. So as an example, the use case that we were looking at was spec-driven development itself and vibe coding and AI harnesses, long-running tasks, autonomous agents, things like that. And so we did some deep research on it, synthesized this report. You can, at the bottom of our pages, if you want to add an appendix, that's a feature. And so there's an appendix of all these references that we have. And inline, any statement here, you hover over it and you can cite your sources inline. I'm just giving you more background on Dataspheres AI itself. The platform is riddled with features, but as we share projects, you'll get more and more insight into the type of stuff it can do. But yeah, this is what we added. So this is all configurable. This is a group chat that if you make this public, people who are interested in this topic can join in on it. One thing I did was share the video. This is the episode 1 video. I took the URL, put it in the group chat. One of the features on the platform is that we can read all types of URLs, including YouTube, but any URL really that in the robots.txt, if it's enabled to be scraped, we're able to scrape it and then run it on a schedule if you like, or email you if it updates or changes. That's a feature of the platform. But anyways, for YouTube, it can watch videos. There's a Gemini API that you can hit with YouTube videos that I think it's limited to like 1 hour videos or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of already within our system. So we can interface with that, auto detects that it was YouTube, give a summary of that video, and now it's part of the conversation. And then in the conversation, I can tell it to update the page as we collect more information or more data, and there's more narratives, new systems that come out every week or month. So that's a cool feature that was spec'd out and then delivered through this dashboard. This is the planning mode / board for that group chat feature. So, you know, the dashboard is like a UI tracker. This is just a board that tracks all the tickets on that system as it's going through one column to the next. And there are these different guardrails. So I definitely recommend watching episode 1 if you want to learn more about that. So what we're doing next is another spec-driven board around these decision tree agents. So this is a feature that is on the platform already, but I wanted to enhance it because for us, I think that starting to lean into CRMs and managing these different life cycles of leads or renewals is a thing that I know can be pretty challenging. And since we already have a pretty sophisticated platform, I was thinking we can add that. And so I added this prompt it created this new board for me. Let's see how far along it is right now. So it's been running, I think, for like an hour or two, and it's already specced out, has all the tickets, and it's running. So let me give you a little update on that, and let's see how far we get it. If I were to go into a page and go into settings, this is just for your reference. If you create content and you want to add that chat, once you create a page and you start editing it, if you go into settings and you want to add a group chat to it, you just turn it on, and then you can create a brand new chat, or if there is one that was already going on, you can select that and it that becomes the chat for that. And so we're in dev right now, so I don't mind putting any random chat to this thing. Coolest thing you ever seen. That's cool. So I'll save that. And then, since the app is barcoding right now, it's unstable. Let's just try it again. Maybe it'll go. All right, cool. Yeah, so as the system is iterating, that's what I'm saying, is it'll be unstable because we're in dev, but I guess we'll just run into little hiccups here and there. But if I go back to the page, you'll see here in the top left, once it loads, you see the active chat thing is there now. And so I go there, and then, I guess it's really tough to demo stuff when the app is like being built as we're talking. All right, I'll just go to production to describe what it's building. Okay, let me just do this. So for the AI agents, they basically are little workflow agents that are decision trees that flip the script onto you. And once you initiate the agent, it basically helps you stay focused on your task or your outcome. So I'm going to create a custom one. I'm going to call it CRM tracker. Let's see, track new leads and convert them into clients on Dataspheres AI. So you can create any type of workflow you like. You can create your own questions. We have a feature that'll draft it. And so this is already live in production. But what the initiative is doing is putting them into that board that you just saw, so that when you run that workflow, similar to the Spec-Driven skill, the agent will manage the board and status tracking for you. It also can sync with your Google Calendar. And so you can, in this case, imagine for a CRM, we can have a column that's tracking the different leads and then the whole life cycle as you start to engage with them. Now, when I did the initial spec for that, let me see. There it goes. So see what we have here in some of the research. I want to see if it can give you an overview of the actual boards and columns, because I had to look at the industry standard around a CRM tracking, what the columns and status tracking were off the top. So I guess once it's done, I can show you what that looks like. But if this is a little too confusing, I apologize. No, I'm a bit all over the place. But the idea here is that once we have the agent that asks you the current status of things, it'll land here. So now I have this lead conversion tracker. And like I said, you can have your own custom ones. These 8 are the default ones that ship with the platform, which you can, in your customization thing, you can show and hide them. So if you don't want certain ones to appear on your main page, you can hide them. Okay, so here, if I click on this, it creates what's called this workflow graph. And here, this is where you can start to see that decision tree. So it becomes a little board game. And like I said, it's automated based on your use case. I'm just kicking the tires based on this CRM lead conversion concept, but we are going to use this for like grants and contracts, all types of workflows. And so anything with a date or status and like a hierarchy of dependencies is basically what it does. So it's a really powerful feature. We're going to keep iterating on that and take it from there. We're mostly on the Faceless Creatives, just looking for your engagement. So if you see something that looks interesting, let me know. The last video, I kind of list some of the core features of the platform. If any of those sound interesting, I am going to do a video to kind of deep dive on it. And once this workflow agent is ready, I'll let you know and I'll give you a proper tutorial of that. If I think maybe I'll change the format and create more guided courses if this vlog style is just all over the place. Again, I apologize, but hope to catch you in the next video. Drop a comment on what you want to see. Faceless Creatives, Faceless Coder is out. Peace.